I saw you at the end of the game in the end zone saying a prayer. What was today particularly emotional? Did you do that every week? I never noticed it before.
I do it every week.
David, Matt said you were pretty frustrated after the Detroit game, just in terms of the way things went for you. How did that kind of factor in your motivation this week, and how do you think that you played today?
I'm always motivated, regardless of the outcome of any game. I want to be as good as I can be whenever the opportunity presents itself. But, today it's frustrating. The entire season it's kind of been frustrating with, the losses we've taken. But I'm a fighter. I'm never going to stop fighting. I'm never going to stop giving everything that I got, along with the guys in that locker room as well. So we just got to keep churning.
Talk about being a self-motivator, David. How are you able to share that with your teammates, especially where the season is right now? Guys can get down. And how do you share that? How does that rub off on other players?
Yeah, what you realize and what you learn, stepping into, I guess you could say, a leadership role or stepping at a point where people watch you, the things that you do happen to carry a lot of weight. So it becomes infectious. Your mentality, how you practice, how you come into work every day, how you treat everybody else around you, your character. And I take a lot of pride in that. So even when things are bad, I'm still going to have high character. I'm still going to be that guy to tell everybody, let's go, let's get it. I'm going to be that guy that don't feel sorry for nobody, including myself. And understand that you just got to keep going. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about, just keep going forward.
David, how was the actual field today and your ability to get your footing on it?
Oh, yeah, at first, as you can see, one of the plays that I had, I slipped. But once you kind of find the track and how the field is looking and how it feels, you get to pick up on it. So it wasn't that bad. I happened to get my foot in a little later in the game, but, yeah, it was good.
As an extension of what you were just talking about a minute ago, how do you as a group manufacture the energy when the energy doesn't come from wins and momentum and that natural positive momentum?
You got to really – that's a good question. Throughout the entirety of my life, I've dreamed of getting to this level playing football. I've dreamed of getting to the level to where I can say I'm a professional athlete in the NFL, and I'm here. And as you learn, you get to the NFL, it's all predicated off wins and losses. But in the midst of it, through the journey of the wins and losses, you tend to forget about why you do what you do. You forget about who you do it for. And a lot of times you got to take a step back and reevaluate yourself and understand that I was a little kid playing this game. I started playing this game when I was a little kid. And you got to get back to the basics of just having fun with it, regardless of how it looks. Even when it's dark, or as dark as it may seem or as it may be, you still got to understand that it's still a game. You still meant to have fun. And everybody in the world don't get to do this. So you got to take advantage of it, and you got to enjoy it while you got it, because it's not forever.
Could you talk about how perhaps, I don't know if excitement is the right word, but of the next 5 games, 4 of them are going to be against teams with losing records, right below the 500 mark. So you're still in the playoff picture. Could you talk about how that, helps you guys continue on through the season, even though you start with Green Bay next week?
It's simple. Just taking it 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time. You can only control the now, and that affects the future. So I come to work every day. I'm getting the guys going. Ain't going to be no moping around. I'm not built like that. I've been built different my whole life. I'm not finna change now because it get hard. I'm going to go into work, and I'm going to get on everybody's ass, and they will get on mine too. And we're going to go back to the drawing board. We're going to figure it out. Because regardless of anybody else who want to give up on us, I ain't giving up on us. So that's what it's going to be.
Going back to what you were just talking about going back to having fun, making sure you're having fun playing the game. Obviously, an entire locker room is not going to have that same type of attitude. So as one of the leaders on the team, how do you try to relay that or remind your teammates of that type of thing so that they're playing that with that same mentality?
As I said, it's infectious. When you do something every day with the same person, you start to learn how they operate, emotionally, physically, all of that. You begin to watch them. You pay attention to them, And there's two things that can happen. They can completely ignore you and act as if you aren't there, or, like I said, it can become contagious of how you act, and you become intertwined with each other, and you start to feed off each other. And I know everybody in that locker room, and I'm not saying this because it's what's supposed to be said. I'm saying this because I mean this with everything in my heart. Everybody in that locker room care about everybody. We short. It's just this. If you pay attention to the games, we just this. But what you realize in the league, that be the difference. And you just got to keep going. Like, I ain't got no quit in my blood, so I'm going to make sure everybody else in there ain't got none in theirs either.
David, over the years, we've talked to you about your relationship with Coach Nagy, how you're close to him, how you guys communicate outside the building. What's it like for you to watch somebody who you care about going through a hard time, and how you've seen him react to people calling for his job, to losing streaks, all that sort of stuff?
We all going through a hard time. It's not singular. So when Coach Nagy signed for this job, I wasn't here. But I know that when he took this job, he took everything that came with it as well. And that was the players as well. So whatever he feel, we feel too. Coach Nagy has been an amazing person. He's been amazing even up to this point with being a great head coach. And he's going to continue to be that. So however he feel, we're going to feel the same way, but we're going to continue to make sure that we stay positive, we continue to go to work, and we grind through it. Because at the end of the day, you just got to keep fighting. You can't quit.
David, we've talked to you after games like this where your numbers might look pretty good, but overall, you guys lost, and that's all that matters to you. How has the way you view games like this changed, if at all, throughout your NFL career, just how you kind of handle a game like this individually?
I really don't care about it individually, honestly. I can care less. I'll be way more happy if I had 12 yards, averaging 0.1 yards per carry, and we got to win. I can care less about individual stats, because the feeling that you get when you win is completely different than having good stats and you lose. And I'm telling you that from my perspective. So the individual stats, I don't care. I can care less. I just want to win.
David, Matt said that there were some communication issues in the second half, like getting the play calls into Andy with his headset stuff. What was your view or understanding of how that was all coming in? Like, at one point they were using hand signals, it looked like, on the sideline.
I don't know, because I don't have the headset.
So it wasn't like affecting anybody else on the field, really?
No.
David, knowing the visions and the expectations that you guys had coming into the year, how does 4-8 feel and sit with you right now?
Like I said plenty of times, it is what it is, but I'm going to keep going.
Couple more.
Thanks, David.
Thank you.